It is 12 o'clock, and welcome to Tri-Cities Today Live. I'm Michelle Denise, co-host.
Oh, no, you're not. You're the host.
No.
And I'm Tim Flanagan, the video guy, and I want to welcome everyone here. This is our first show, and we're still working out some of the bugs. Blab is in beta, and so are we.
Well, tell us about your brainchild here that you have going on.
Well, this is basically like a daytime Tri-City show, except it's on the internet. Everything's live. Everybody you see is live. And in just a few minutes, you'll be able to see all the bells and whistles here on the right with links and videos and paid commercial spots and all that cool stuff. It's like running a little TV station. It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. And so can people dial in and ask questions?
People can ask questions. If you look to the right hand, to the right side of the screen, you'll see send a message. You can send a message that way, or if you go all the way over to the right on the vertical line and click on that, at the top you'll see ask a question. And then you can just type it right there, and it brings you out to the left-hand column on the questions right here. That way, if we get real busy or something and got a lot of people in the room, this will kind of separate you from the pack.
Well, today is Thursday, January the 7th, and the year is 2016 in the Tri-City, sunny and 46 degrees outside. And we do have some sponsors that we would like for you to hear from.
AJ Mojo is a locally owned drive-through espresso bar and cafe serving the finest hot and cold beverages to the Bristol, Tennessee community. AJ Mojo specializes in premium, freshly roasted organic and fair trade coffees, organic loose leaf teas, real fruit smoothies, milkshakes, and much more. AJ Mojo also offers a variety of freshly baked pastries, homemade soups, salads, sandwiches, and wraps. AJ Mojo is now accepting call-ins and catering orders. AJ Mojo, located at the corner of King Cottage Road and East Cedar Street, next to Executive Florist. Call them at 423-652-0130.
Fantastic. Well, the AJ Mojo sponsorship. And first, we have with us Ms. Sandy Ratliff, and she's here to talk about Washington County Challenge 2016. That sounds exciting. Sandy, what is this all about?
Thanks, Michelle. We're excited. This is our third year. This is an ambitious business plan competition that's to help Washington County and the towns of Abington, Damascus, and Glade Spring identify new entrepreneurs with new technology, value-added agriculture, tourism, outdoor recreation, and even existing businesses that may be in the need to expand, but they don't have the capital to do that. And opportunity for them to actually win money and other prizes to help make that dream true. And we're excited. This is our biggest year with over $33,000 in cash and services incentives that we're going to be able to give away to new businesses.
Well, that sounds great. And how is it that this is funded?
This is actually unique to business challenges. The county, Washington County, Virginia, and their Industrial Development Authority, the town of Abington, the town of Glade Spring, town of Damascus, and other organizations have actually put in to fund this local business challenge. We're not going out looking for government funds. We're actually doing this as part of an economic development strategy to help in the towns. You know, most folks are out for the big box to come into town, but you know, a lot of a community that's successful has got small entrepreneurs that are providing those services and those products that you don't get from the big box, and we're excited about it this year.
Absolutely. Our small business owners are really the backbone of our community, and owning your own business is one of the best pathways to prosperity. What are some of the awards and prizes that you have going on with this?
Well, for starting business, we have $5,000. Also, in addition to that, if they need space, they're going to be able to have a year of half off of the rent here at an incubator to have some space, 1 year membership to the Washington County Chamber. We also have a second place prize of $1,500 and a third place of $500. Now, this is just for startup, and we have the same existing business, $5,000 for an existing business expansion, and $1,500 second place, and $500 for third place. This year, though, we have something different. We actually have $5,000 each for any business that's starting in either Glade Spring, Damascus, or expanding, that we have $5,000 each that's going to go to a business just in those two towns alone. So that's making it extremely fun and exciting about this year.
Well, that's some really good incentives for folks. Why else should people participate in this challenge besides the monetary rewards?
Well, a part of the challenge is there's going to be weeks of workshops. These are business workshops that's going to help you learn everything from how do you go about starting a business, how do you market it, how do you access financing. We're also going to put you in contact with professionals in legal, accounting, of CPA services that's going to help you ask those questions that you're not really probably able to go and sit down with them, and they're going to be able to ask those questions. Plus, we've got lots of existing business owners to professionals and small business support that's going to give their time to help folks in this plan.
Really invaluable resources for business owners. Are the workshops open to the general public also?
Yes, it is. Anyone that's interested that may not want to go through the challenge, they're not in a place where that they take the time to develop a business, because part of the strategy is to have a business plan and submit it to a group of judges, as well as pitch your business idea, kind of like Shark Tank. And all of that judging is go into a pool, and you're going to figure out who's got the most money or the most numbers to it, and that's how we're going to find our winner. One of the things I do want to mention too, that the first time that we've had this year is we've actually got probably over $5,000 private sector awards that, for example, Spiegler Blevins is a CPA firm, is going to give $6,000 free CPA services. That's everything from helping you set up your books to monthly bookkeeping to help you do your taxes. That's over $6,000 just in that award that they're going to give to the winner, as well as Wes Boggs at Penn Stewart is going to give free legal assistance to help with the preparation, filing, like if they're going to set up an LLC or a corporation, they're going to need legal services for that. He's going to give up to $2,500 worth of services for that. So that is making this year one of our most exciting years to date.
Well, that's fantastic. All of those businesses that you mentioned are just outstanding, and going into business for yourself can be so overwhelming because there's so many different factors that you need to take into mind, and it really helps to have somebody to help point you through all of those things. So when is the deadline for this contest, and how do people apply?
Next week, January the 13th is the deadline to apply, and the application, they can find the guidelines and applications at the Washington County Chamber of Commerce website. I will point out that to be able to qualify for this, they must start or expand their business in Washington County or the towns of Abington, Damascus, or Glades to be able to qualify. However, if they want to attend the workshops, just go to the chamber, register, or go to vastartup.org and register just to attend the workshops. But the deadline is less than a week away.
Okay, great. So how is a program of this size managed? How do you go about organizing this?
Well, you know, there's no I in team, and we've got a great team of folks from everything from the Chamber of Commerce to organizations like the incubator, the Virginia Highlands Small Business Incubator, to People Incorporated, Highlands Union Bank, Abington Main Street, Abington Convention Center, Mount Rogers Planning District Commissions, and of course all the towns and a lot of other supporters. And even Emory and Henry College is part of the team this year and helping us to put this together. So we've got a great group of folks that their heart's in it. They want to see Washington County and the towns grow and help small business.
Wow, that's fantastic. Washington County is really blessed to have you working with the small business owners like that. Is there any final comments you'd like to give?
I would just say that we know that this has been successful. This is part of an overall economic development strategy. And over the past 2 years, we know that we've had 14 new businesses get started and 8 expansions as a result of this challenge. So we want to see that number double just for the 2016 year. And the classes start January the 26th and go through March the 1st, and we'll announce the winner and a few weeks after that at the chamber breakfast.
Hey, Michelle, if I can chime in here, Sandy has helped me a whole lot. She was actually one of my first video clients, and she's very well knowledged in social media. Anything to do with an iPad, she can tell you about it. And also want to mention to the folks who are watching, if you look on the right-hand side in the chat box where I'll put all those links, those are all hot links where you can click on and get more information.
The check's in the mail.
I agree. Sandy is fantastic, and I probably first met her maybe 5-7 years ago, and it had to do with being a small business owner, and she's a great resource. So Sandy Ratliff, thank you for coming and talking to us about the Washington County Business Challenge 2016, and we hope to hear back from you on who the winner of that is.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sandy.
Thank you. At this time, we would like to hear from some more of our sponsors.
Do you believe in your right to bear arms to protect yourself and your family? Then you need a Tennessee handgun carrying permit. Rise up and exercise your right to bear arms. Second Amendment Enforcer in Johnson City offers the Tennessee State mandatory 8-hour handgun carrying permit class. Second Amendment Enforcer's one-day classes begin at 9 a.m. for both classroom and shooting range time. Reasonable single and group pricing is available, as well as private classes. Remember, criminals prefer unarmed victims, so don't get caught unarmed. Call 423-833-7701. That 423.
Dwight Mumpower HVAC Service is a full-service HVAC contractor servicing Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. Dwight Mumpower HVAC Service is NATE Quality Circle certified, who is a licensed and insured servicer of all makes and models of HVAC equipment. Whether it's inspection, maintenance, repair service, or sales of heating, ventilation, and air conditioning equipment, Dwight Mumpower HVAC Service covers it all. They offer 24-hour service with no overtime charges. Dwight Mumpower HVAC Service, doing whatever it takes to make you comfortable. Call them at 423-398-3580. That's 423-398-3580. Or visit them on the web at dmumpower.com.
So much. Second Amendment Enforcer there, and also Mumpower Heating and Air. Thank you so much. We are Tri-Cities Today Live. This is Thursday, January the 7th, 2016. Sunny 46 degrees here in the Tri-Cities. And our next guest is Mr. J.C. Harrison with the Second Amendment Enforcer. How are you today, sir?
Thank you, Michelle. I'm doing well. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Tell us about the Second Amendment of Enforcer. Is that an organization or is that your personal mission statement?
Well, I strive to get everyone who's legally allowed to carry a firearm able to carry a firearm legally in the state of Tennessee.
Okay, so why are our Second Amendment rights so important in your words, in your opinion?
I mean, most of us were raised around guns, and it's our right to protect ourselves. I love cops. They're great. They're wonderful, but they're not always around. So I think in our opinion, we should be able to protect them in any ways possible.
Absolutely. And some people that you talk to on the other side of the fence say that it scares them. They're scared to be around people that have a gun or to have their children around people having a gun. How do you respond to that?
Well, I've got a 9-year-old, and he's been shooting since he was 4.5 years old. He shot everything from a 22 all the way up to a 50 cal BMG, and like I said, he's 9 years old now. Both my kids at an early age, I can leave my guns laying around. I have no fear. We teach our kids how to walk. We teach our kids how to talk. We try to shy our kids away from guns, kill that curiosity, and get them familiarized with it so they won't be scared when they get older.
Absolutely. And so education is a very important component of that. And having a right to bear arms is one of the rights that we have as citizens. What's going to happen if those rights are starting to be taken away from us?
Well, there's going to be a fight somehow. You talk to people all the time, and they're like, they're not going to get my guns, they're not going to take my guns. Well, if someone tries to take our guns, there are going to be people out there that are going to fight to keep their guns, no matter what.
Absolutely. And so what's going on with the state of Virginia with the new laws that they're passing?
They just passed a law. It takes effect February 1st. Tennessee handgun permit holders are not allowed to carry concealed in the state of Virginia come February 1st. You can still carry openly without a permit because Virginia is an open carry state, but you won't be able to carry in the state of Virginia with a Tennessee permit.
So residents who have a concealed carry permit cannot go into the state of Virginia and carry their gun concealed. Is that correct?
Well, Tennessee doesn't have a concealed weapons permit. Tennessee is called a handgun carrying permit. To make it concealed, the state has to have an open carry law. And Tennessee doesn't have one. You can carry a gun openly or concealed with a permit. It's called a Tennessee handgun carrying permit. But it's basically the same thing, just worded differently. But you are correct. You cannot carry February 1st. You will not be able to carry in the state of Tennessee. Or, I'm sorry, the state of Virginia.
And if you're a citizen of the state of Virginia, how does that affect you?
It doesn't affect it at all. They have to go get their weapons permit in Virginia to carry concealed. Tennessee residents can get an out-of-state license in Virginia and carry concealed. But me personally, if you're going to do that, I'd go to a different state that has an out-of-state. Why should we give our money to Virginia if they're not going to allow us to honor our permit that we've spent 8 hours at a class versus you can go online and pay $50 and get them in the mail. There's no shooting requirements or anything for Virginia to get a permit. So,
so recently, President Obama signed 23 executive orders on gun control. What is your opinion on this action?
That's a move. I think putting his nose when it doesn't belong. Funny is here we are protecting our family with guns, and it's not okay, but he can protect his families with guns. I just don't agree with it. I think he should just mind his own business. It was fine for thousands of years without him putting some laws, like firmer laws on the law-abiding citizens, because ultimately that's going to hurt. It's not going to hurt these criminals who are breaking the law anyways. It's going to hurt the law-abiding citizens.
And how do you think that's going to affect us as individual citizens? All of these executive orders.
It's going to put a bond on a lot of us. You're going to have honest people trying to do. They probably wouldn't. I'm not saying anything illegal, but they're going to stand out and fight harder and for our gun rights, because that is our Second Amendment. That is our right to bear arms, and he's trying his best to keep it from us.
And what do you think citizens should do to make their voice heard on their stand on our Second Amendment rights being taken away slowly but surely?
Write your congressman, write the president, do anything you can to show that this isn't fair, this isn't right. We shouldn't have our rights taken away. We have a right to, and that's what we need to do. Stand up for what we believe in.
Absolutely. And what is the importance of a handgun carry permit?
Well, I had an argument, had a disagreement with a person on Facebook a while back. He said he doesn't think the classes are fair, and I asked him why. He said, well, my grandfather taught me. My father taught me how to shoot. I said, I'm going to stop you right there. Your father taught you, your grandfather taught you. Look at all these people who's never been taught. That's all Tennessee has done is for people to be trained to taught properly and correctly how to handle a firearm. And that's all they're doing. They're not trying to take your rights or trying to get extra money. They just want you to make sure you're trained. Because there are a lot of people that come to my class and never picked up a firearm before. And that kind of scares people who've never fired before, just putting a gun on their side and going on. So I'm glad that Tennessee has us, wants us to be trained before we go.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your carry permit class.
It's a state mandatory 8-hour class. We start at 9:30 in the morning. The first 4 hours is basic, teach you the rules of gun safety, what you shouldn't do, the breakdown of a firearm, and then we go over the rules and regulations on where you can and cannot carry a firearm. Then we take an hour lunch. Then we shoot 50 rounds from a private range. We shoot 20 rounds at 3 yards, 20 rounds at 5 yards, and then 10 rounds at 7 yards.
And what are some of the things that you teach people while they're taking this class?
Well, in the classroom, like I said, a lot of people don't know you can carry in banks as long as it's not posted. A lot of people don't know you can carry in bars if you're not consuming alcohol, not posted. A lot of people are just the rules they can and cannot carry, basically. When we get to the classroom, we teach them the process to hold a gun, the way the pistol should be pointed, what to do before we even pick up a pistol. Just a whole bunch of safety stuff, and we make sure everyone's safe. I've been doing this for roughly the instruction for 5 years, and knock on wood, haven't had any incidents like the other classrooms have.
Yes. And so how do people get in touch with you if they want to take the class?
I have a Facebook, Second Amendment Enforcer. I'll also have an email address, Second Amendment Enforcer @gmail.com, and my telephone number, 423-833-7701.
And when are your next classes going to be coming up?
I've got quite a few in January. I have one this Friday, the 8th. I have one this Saturday, the 9th. I have another one January 15th, Saturday the 23rd on my next several classes in January.
Okay, great. And final parting words on what do you want the people of the Tri-Cities to know about getting a handgun carry permit?
I highly recommend it. Even if you don't even want your permit, at least come to the class. Let me check you how to handle a gun properly, because you never know. And Michelle, I don't know if you've got a handgun permit, but if you do not, I offer you a free class if you come to my class.
I've got mine, and actually my gun is sitting right over here by my side. And I would encourage small business owners to also have a carry permit. You never know when you're going to have to protect yourself, and it's better to be safe than to be sorry.
Yes, ma'am. You're right.
Thank you so much, J.C. Harrison, and talking about the Second Amendment Enforcer and the gun carry permits. Great to hear from you. And we do have a word from another sponsor.
AJ Mojo is a locally owned drive-through espresso bar and cafe serving the finest hot and cold beverages to the Bristol, Tennessee community. AJ Mojo specializes in premium, freshly roasted organic and fair trade coffees, organic loose-leaf teas, real fruit smoothies, milkshakes, and much more. AJ Mojo also offers a variety of freshly baked pastries, homemade soup, salad, sandwiches, and wraps. AJ Mojo is now accepting call-ins and catering orders. AJ Mojo, located at the corner of King Cottage Road and East Cedar Street, next to Enchanted Florist. Call Call them at 423-652-0130. Dwight Mumpower HVAC Service is a full-service HVAC contractor servicing Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. Dwight Mumpower HVAC Service is NATE Quality Circle certified, who is a licensed and insured servicer of all makes and models of HVAC equipment. Whether it's inspection, maintenance, repair service, or sales of heating, ventilation, and air conditioning equipment, Dwight Mumpower HVAC Service covers it all. They offer 24-hour service with no overtime charges. Dwight Mumpower HVAC Service, doing whatever it takes to make you comfortable. Call them at 423-398-3580. That's 423-398-3580. Or visit them on the web at dmumpower.com.
Do you believe in your right to bear arms to protect yourself and your family? Then you need a Tennessee handgun carrying permit. Rise up and exercise your right to bear arms. Second Amendment Enforcer in Johnson City offers the Tennessee State mandatory 8-hour handgun carrying permit class. Second Amendment Enforcer's one-day classes begin at 9 a.m. with both classroom and shooting range time. Reasonable single and group pricing is available, as well as private classes. Remember, criminals prefer unarmed victims, so don't get caught unarmed. Call 423-833-7701. That's 423.
Well, it seems like Anna hasn't made it in yet. I've sent her a message saying we're running ahead of schedule. So what does everybody think of the show so far?
I think it's great.
I like
The opportunity.
What do you think, JC?
I like it.
Well, we've had, according to the counter, we've had 96 people come by and just check it out, and we got 10 people watching right now. Yeah, there's Justin. Thank you, Justin. So I guess we'll just wait on Miss Chef Anna, or Anna CONRAD as she is now. I told her 12:45, so hopefully you won't wait that long.
Sure. And while we're waiting, Sandy, do you have anything else going on in Washington County?
Well, I was just going to mention anyone in the state of Virginia, specifically in Southwest Virginia, if they have an interest in expanding markets, I do help folks learning about how to start the Commonwealth, which is about a $7 billion market annually. And if anyone has a need to learn about how do I get registered and how do I use the system to identify where my market is, what agencies find what I'm selling, have them to contact me, and I'd be happy to walk them through the process, and hopefully that'll generate some new sales revenue, because I don't know a business that doesn't need to identify new market opportunity.
Absolutely. And you're just a wealth of information for anyone that is currently running a small business or who is thinking about starting one. So we really appreciate all that you bring to the community.
And if I can I mention one other thing? If folks are looking for an opportunity for free business training, every Wednesday here at the Virginia Highlands Small Business Incubator, we do at noon what's called a noon knowledge. And these are professional workshops from everything about how do you develop employee policies to how do you market your business, how do you develop and manage a tourism business, self an app. And these are every Wednesday from noon until 1:30, and they're free. All they have to do is go to vastartup.org and register and take advantage. And we do live stream those. Thanks to my buddy Tim Flanagan that hooked me up, we do live stream those, and then we archive all of those up onto a YouTube channel called New Knowledge. So there's a lot of workshops up there for anyone that needs it.
It's good information. I try to make them as often as I can.
Very good. And where is your office located?
I'm located in the Virginia Highlands Small Business Incubator, but I'm actually in a Chevrolet because I serve 23 plus counties in Southwest Virginia. But my office is here at the Virginia Highlands Small Business Incubator in Abington. It's adjacent to the campus of the Virginia Highlands Community College, across from the Washington County Government Center.
What advice would you give somebody that has a really good idea about a business that they would like to start? Where do they even begin with that idea?
Well, an idea is great, but unless there's a market for it and you can't have that cash register going, it will not work. So I tell people just to sit down, do research, find out if there's someone else that's doing something similar. Call up an entrepreneur and ask, can I ask you a couple questions? And then there's services like a small business development center, or, I'd be happy to sit down with anybody and we determine, is there merit? That's what a lot of people fail to do. When someone comes to me and says, I want to start a restaurant, and my first question is why? And they say, well, it's because I love to cook. Then I have to be the bad guy and say, well, you realize that when you start that, you're not going to be in the kitchen cooking. If you're going, unless you have money to hire a manager, you're going to be out in the back or in the front line, help managing employees, and helping customers, doing all kinds of stuff. So that's one of the things that you have to really think hard about when you're starting a business. It's not an 8 to 5 job, and you know that as a small business owner, it's a time consuming but very rewarding.
Absolutely. And I do, when you start your small business, you need to have a team of people that are surrounding you and who are expertise in their subject matter. What team would you recommend that a small business person put together as a support system?
Well, if you have someone that just does your taxes once a year or helps you, I would talk to an accountant, CPA to talk. One of the toughest things is when you start a business is to determine what type of business entity do I want to do? Is I'm going to do a sole proprietor, or do I want to do an LLC? Because however you establish that is going to impact your tax liability and your bottom line. And I would reach out to resources. Even chambers of commerce have folks that can answer some questions. And just, that would be my first contact, is either call the economic development office within your city or county or your chamber of commerce, and they're going to connect you with the right people that's going to help you. That's why we're doing this challenge. We're going to put with all of those. You'll receive a large number of mentors that you have contact with throughout the whole process. So you're not going to be doing it by yourself. You're going to help you hold your hand.
So once you determine what kind of business you want to be, whether it be an incorporation, an LLC, how do you go about getting your business license?
Well, in Virginia, we tried to make that easy. You can go to businessonestop.gov and set up and it'll ask you some questions about what type of business you're going to set up, and then it will start directing to agencies in Virginia, like, for example, it'll direct you to the State Corporation Commission, where you can get your license, credentials there, or the Department of Taxation, or depends on what it is, it'll direct you through that. There's just so many resources, and one thing about the internet, it's made it a lot easier for you to do your homework, and everyone should do lots and lots of homework before they sign on the dotted line, especially sign an extended lease.
Count the cost.
Yes.
What kind of services would an attorney offer a small business person?
Some attorneys, if it's an initial consultation, they will do that pro bono, and answer any questions you may have about what's better for me. I'm going to be doing a car repair, which means I'm going to have people in and out, and my liability might be more. So perhaps setting up an S corp would be better to protect me and my personal assets than doing a sole proprietorship. Kind of direct you in how you want to do that, and liability insurance, what you're going to need and how you protect yourself, and how do you do your sales orders and transactions so that you're protected. So reach out, do your homework.
Absolutely. Speaking of insurance and liabilities, how much insurance should someone in business have?
Well, that's where you would contact an insurance agent, because that'll, again, depend on the type of business that you're going to be doing. Are you going to have people that's coming into your shop, or into your office, or, if it's someone that does an outfitting business that's going to take people on hiking adventures and so forth, their liability might be more than just somebody that does nails. So that's where that'll come up to your insurance agent that can give you those guidelines.
So once you go through all these different steps of actually getting set up and opening up your door, what do you think about hiring? What advice would you give small business people who need to hire employees to work for them?
We did a workshop recently on that, because that is a challenge for most businesses. When do I hire? When am I going to be able to afford it? And that's something that you've got to look at the numbers. Are you better as a manager to allow someone else to do the administrative part, and you're better out in the field doing the sales? And how are you going to just have enough transactions to pay that individual, and plus all the fringe benefits or fringes that goes with that? That's one of the most challenging things that small businesses getting started have, is when do I start hiring people? And again, that goes back to, you have to look at your numbers and where you're better off as a business owner. Are you better behind the scenes or ahead of the game out on the road?
And one thing that you've mentioned is a business plan. And share with us, how important is a business plan, and how do you go about putting one into action or writing one?
A business plan is probably one of the most important documents that you will ever create if you're serious about starting a business, because that's just like going on a trip. If you don't have the direction of where you're starting at and where you're going and all the parts in between, how are you going to get there? And a business plan is a working document. That it's a fluid document. It's going to change as your business grows, but it's going to help you to make sure you've got all those steps. And you get busy, and maybe in 3 months, hopefully you're going to look back on it and think, oh wow, I forgot about this part of my business. And a lot of people forget about marketing is probably one of the most important things you can do for any business, because if you don't have new customers coming in, how are you going to have that cash register going and that restaurant filled up and what have you? So that's where you go out and hire individuals, or use platforms like social media, or just like this right here that we're doing today, is to have a session and talking about your product or your service, and open it up. But you need the plan. You have to have it.
I've heard it said that you don't know how important advertising is if you don't do it. Do you have any guidelines as to how much you should advertise, or what your advertising budget should be?
That goes back to your target market. And you have to do your research to see, if I'm doing an outdoor recreation, I'm going to be looking for people that love the great outdoors and that travel a lot, and find sources that I can connect with them, versus someone that does that has a pet grooming service. I'm going to try to identify and find people and promote to folks that love pets. Part of your marketing plan is part of your business plan requires a marketing plan, and people forget about that. But, again, the internet, social media has opened up. You can do some great advertising on a shoestring budget. Trust me, I'm with the government, and I have a very, very clean shoestring budget.
Yes, and go fishing where the fishing are.
That's right.
So do you have any resources, maybe like a template that someone could use that needs to do a business plan?
There's a lot of sources out there. The quickest, I would say, is go to score.org or the SBA, sba.gov. You're going to find some templates that you can go to and then just start filling it in there. And then each area of, especially colleges, small business development center, and they have counselors there that you can sit down that will kind of help you and guide you in that process of developing that business plan. So, or tap into resources like myself, and we'll guide you in the right, hopefully in the right direction.
Absolutely. And of course, another person that you need to have in your support group is a banker. What's some of your guidelines for financing a business?
Well, the first thing I tell people to go is first talk to the banker that you're doing your personal business at, and, you know, float the idea and see if there's any interest. We're kind of lucky here in far Southwest Virginia. We've got a couple resources. One being People Incorporated has a financial services division that does low interest loans. And one of the things that makes them different than a commercial lender, they're more open-minded when it comes to collateral. You've got to pay it back, but you have another funding source that can help you in that in case you are not able to get a banking loan, bankable loan. So that's where you go and reach out to your chamber or your economic development and city offices, and they'll tell you to those kind of organizations that exist within your jurisdiction.
Fantastic. And do you have any advice as far as people who are maybe looking to partner with someone else in business? What do you think that that's a good way to go, or is it better to go solo?
Well, you know, again, you got to go back and look at your numbers. And I encourage people to get involved in chambers or networking events to where you can find those potential people that you could connect with and maybe do business together. And I'm a firm believer in community support and get involved in your community and do volunteer work, either with your Red Cross or your United Way, because you're going to be able to tap into people that normally you're not going to be able to access. So don't be sitting around and just wishing. Is get out of your comfort zone and connect with the right people.
Absolutely. And for those looking for a volunteer opportunity, are you associated with any volunteer positions or have any recommendations?
I'm actually on the board of directors of the Mountain Empire Red Cross, and I've done that for a number of years and have enjoyed it tremendously. You know, there's United Way. There's so many services and needs out in your community. Again, go back out and ask. Reach out to, you know, a chamber. Again, I keep mentioning chamber, but that's your source that where you can find out from a business standpoint and a community support.
Very good. Sarah, thank you so much for being on the show today and giving us all that great advice. We really do appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And joining us now, we have Anna CONRAD. Hello, Anna.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Michelle?
Very good, very good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm pleased to be here.
Absolutely. And Anna is here to talk to us about SENDOUT cards. So, okay. Anna, what are SENDOUT cards?
SENDOUT cards is a tangible greeting card and gift sending platform. So if you think about postcards or 2-panel greeting cards, physical greeting cards that you can touch, or a box of brownies, or a book, or a piece of jewelry, all of those things are items that we as business owners will often want to send to our clients as a thank you gift, birthday gift, a reminder for something throughout the year, to stay in front of them in a way that's very personal and tangible. And most people have a need to send greeting cards about 70 times a year, and about 50% of the time they have a need to include a gift. We only send about 10, and you know that's because it's inconvenient. It tends to be expensive. You can pay $4 to $5, $6 for a card at the store, and you have to go to the post office and so forth. With SENDOUT cards, we've automated that process. you can create fully customized cards, or you can choose from one of 18,000 cards on file. It's a website, and send cards directly from there. We print it, pack it, stuff it in the envelope, put the postage on it, and mail it for you, and it reaches your intended recipient in 4 to 7 business days. So you can send physical greeting cards, and if you want to, attach a gift to that for a lot less than you could do it, for about a third of the price of what you could do it if you went to the store and to the post office and so forth.
So personal cards are a very valuable resource that we seem to be forgetting about these days. How do the SENDOUT cards work?
Now, what was that? I didn't.
How do you get involved in actually sending out a card?
Yeah. So you set up an account with SENDOUT cards, and the account is free and it's permanent. And then you choose the right plan for you or for your business. And some people do a combination. They use it for personal and business. And I think there's a graphic on the screen with our pricing structure right now. And there may even be a way to click on that and blow it up to see the details around it. But you'll see me kind of looking to the side here of my camera as I walk through it. So what you do is you would contact me through my website, and we'll provide that information today. And I would walk you through the various package options and decide which one makes the most sense for you. And the way it works is you purchase points, and then you exchange those points for cards and gifts. And then you purchase postage separately. We call that expense, and that goes directly to the U.S. Postal Service. We've partnered with them. We've actually won a couple of innovation awards, and SENDOUT Cards is the #1 first-class mail customer of the U.S. Postal Service as of last year. So we send thousands and thousands of cards and gifts. So for as little as $1.37, you could send a card like this, high quality, print stock, put whatever you want on the inside, brand the back of the card with your own information, and for as little as $1.37 go to your intended recipient.
Well, that's fantastic. So the lower end is $1.37. Is there a different price range?
Yeah, the most you'll ever pay for a card is $2.47.
So it's a bargain.
It's a real bargain. It's less than half price, even if you're just doing the pay-as-you-go plan where you wind up paying, I think, 66 cents a point for that plan. And a card like I just showed you is 3 points and then 49 cents postage. So that's how I came to that price. If you become a marketing distributor like myself or buy into one of the customer packages that couples some things together like handwriting fonts and signatures, card branding on the back, picture storage, full contact manager, you get the 31 cents a point price. And again, a 2-panel card is 3 points. So that's, plus you make 5% commission back on everything that you send. So that gets you down to $1.37 a card, including postage.
Wow, and I bet that has a great return on investment.
It really does.
So if you need to with your card, how does that work?
I missed that first part.
If you need to send a gift with your card, how does that work?
So you go to the same website either on your laptop or on your mobile phone. We have a free mobile phone app with SENDOUT cards, and you just go into the website. You either choose to create a picture plus card, which is to create it from scratch. You can upload your own photos. If you can get a photo into a JPEG, take a photo on the phone while you're in the app, drag it and drop it into the card. Or on your laptop, you upload it. But here's what the phone app looks like. You can kind of see that. And this top option is a picture card, but there's also lots of other cards in the system. And there's a full gift store. So when you're creating your card, you get that done, you save it, and then there's an option to click on Add a Gift. And there are literally thousands of gifts. Our most popular gift is a 2-pack brownie. It comes in a small brown, nice box, and it has a card inside that's packed in a waxed envelope, 2 individually wrapped brownies. And some of you may know that I'm a professional chef, so I was a little concerned about sending somebody else's brownies to my clients when I use this for Chef Anna. So I tried it on my family first. I cut the brownies in pieces I ordered and didn't tell them. And I got comments like, these are the best brownies you've ever made. So I decided it was okay to send them, but they are our most popular gift. For less than $10, you can send a card, 2-pack brownies in a nice envelope. That's shipping everything to a client to really tell them that you appreciate their business.
Awesome. And just for a regular individual, why would they want to use Send a Card?
If you send greeting cards and gifts to people for birthdays or anniversaries or holidays, life celebrations, promotions, birth of baby, anything, you can use this product and it's affordable. The points that you purchase roll over for 12 months. So you'll never have points that expire. And you can buy points as you go. You pay a little more for them. But again, remember, you're never going to pay more than $2.37 for a card. And you can just buy those points in bundles. When you run out, you buy more postage and you're good to go. The plans run from buy as you go is $6.60, I think, is the minimum purchase. There's a monthly plan for $9.80 that gets you 20 points a month or about 6 cards. There's a $39 a month plan that gets you 33 cards or 100 points. And then you go up from there with customer packages that bundle, or if you want to become a marketing distributor like myself and turn this into a stream of income for you and make money on everything you send, it's a one-time $400 purchase and then a $59 a year, kind of like a franchise fee to keep the business going. That gets you a website, all of the training tools, everything that you need to run your business from home. So if I were an individual sending cards, I would either go with the $9.80 a month or the pay-as-you-go plan.
Okay, and so if you're a business owner, why would you want to use SendOut cards?
Oh my. So I'm a product of the product. I used this product for 2 years before I became a distributor, before I even knew you could make money using it. I wish someone had told me sooner. So that's why I'm telling you. I tried multiple forms of advertising, and I also have a bachelor's degree in business and marketing. So I understand what marketing plans look like and what an advertising mix needs to look like. And it varies by business. And I've been written about in newspapers. I'm a New York Times best-selling author. I've got social media. I've purchased advertising. I've blogged. I've done just about everything you can think of. I've done videos, commercials. And for my business, for Chef Anna, SendOut cards was the most effective tool that I could use. So had a great website. Tim Flanagan, the video guy, helped me get my website optimized with some videos, got me on first page on Google. People would find me when they would search. Once I acquired them as a customer, I just appreciated the heck out of them with cards and gifts, because the best source of new business comes from your existing client base. And as a marketer, as an experienced marketer, I know 80% of the time I should be appreciating people and only marketing 20% of the time. So this is a great customer appreciation and retention tool. In addition to, they keep the cards because they're beautiful and it's pictures of them and their children and grandchildren and things that are important to them. And they talk to me about their, talk about me to their friends and family. So as a business owner, I had a full customer load with Chef Anna, 10 clients a week cooking for them. I did that with SendOut cards. I had 20 families on a waiting list. Anytime I lost a client, I immediately had a new one to add in. And that was all done through referral marketing using SendOut cards.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone is out there and they're interested in starting a home business, can a home business actually be built with SendOut cards?
Yes, ma'am. Remember I said just a little earlier, a marketing distributor purchase of a one-time fee of $400 gets you everything you need: a website, training, access to me, help you get up and running, books, just any more information than you really need even to get started, and tools. And you make commissions on everything that you send. Also, anybody who purchases the product from you, you make commissions on that. And if you build a team of distributors to work with you, because it's hard to do all the work yourself, you make commissions and training bonuses for them. So it's a very simple sign-up process, and then we just get the ball rolling. And I get most of my business through business networking. I belong to Business Networking International, or BNI, and almost all of my BNI team members are also SENDOUT cards customers, small businesses, and they talk to me about their customers and people they engage with and send me referrals. I also go to chamber events and other networking events in the area. So, many of my customers are businesses who also determine that they want to be distributors, because every time they send me a referral, they make money on that. So it's a real simple 5-minute sign up process, and then I help you get up and running.
Fantastic. And how do they contact you to get that started?
I have a website where you can send me an email, or you can call the number. The website is Anna, ANNA, CONRAD, CONRAD.me. And there's a big link right there on the front page to contact me. And within 12 to 48 hours, I'll respond to that. If you call the phone number, that is a Google number. It will ask you to state your name. And if I don't answer, just leave a message and I'll return your phone call. And I'll talk to you in more detail about what this is all about and send you information if you need it. And you can decide if it makes sense for you.
Fantastic. And in closing, what would in general you like to say to everybody about SENDOUT cards?
I would like to say that this is the most powerful customer retention tool that I have used in my 26 years in the business world. I've worked for Fortune 500 companies. I've done sales and marketing training globally. I'm certified in the 2 top global sales training methodologies in the world, both Wilson Learning and Miller Hyman. I've never seen a tool like this. We all intend to send greeting cards to thank our customers and appreciate them, and we think we don't have time to do it, and it's expensive, and this just kind of wipes that excuse out. So I would encourage you to take a look, have a conversation with me. If it makes sense, great. If not, that's okay. But it's an awesome tool.
Hey, Michelle, if I can say a couple of things here, I want to say thank you to Anna, because she and I both started about the same time in Facebook, and she is the one who has coined the phrase, the video guy, which I have built into a whole brand. So I owe her that. We've had a lot of fun together. We've done a lot of stuff together, and I appreciate Anna coming in on this new venture of mine, and I appreciate you, Anna.
Well, I just love you, Tim. Thank you for including me.
You're welcome.
And thanks, Michelle. You've done an awesome job.
Yeah, she's done a great job today. Woo, Michelle.
It was great about it. Very good. The written is very powerful, and all the technology that's available today is something that is being forgotten about, and I really appreciate you bringing it back like that and making it easy and accessible and very inexpensive too.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having
Thanks,
me.
Anna.
Bye-bye.
That is our guest for today. We appreciate everybody signing in to Tri-Cities Today Live. And Tim, can you come on?
Hold on. Woo! The only issue I have seen today has been your volume for some reason. Is your mic? You got your mic on? Is it plugged in?
It's plugged in.
Now, that's the only issue I have seen, is that people have been a little bit hard to hear you, but other than that, it's run really smooth.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what we can do to get that fixed for next week.
Yep. Same time, same channel, high noon on Blab.
Yep. So that will be on Thursday, January 14th.
Yes. And right now, I've got Lucy George, who's a young lady who is an excellent musician. We're going to find out a way somehow to get her to play. Well, you still be able to hear halfway here on the show. If you would like to come on the show, just contact me. 1 second here. If you'd like to come on the show, or if you have a suggestion for the show, just email me at that email there, trybizvid@gmail.com. We are also taking sponsorships. As you saw, we ran a couple of commercials today. Appreciate Dwight Mumpower and Jill at Mojo, AJ Mojo, for sponsoring our first show. And again, feedback. We could love feedback so we can improve the show. The show is being recorded, and the link will be up probably about another hour or so on Facebook. So I guess, no. So Michelle, I guess that's it, girl.
Fantastic. People in the Tri-Cities wants to know what's going on, and if you think that you would like to share, please join us. We'd be glad to have you on and have you tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah, nonprofits, and again, you don't have to come on the live stream. The right-hand chat board is an excellent way to promote your nonprofit. We always try to keep one seat open where you can call in if you want to ask questions or join in the conversation. That'll be great too. But nonprofits, or if you'd like to have your business on the show, just let us know.
Fantastic. It's 1:00 and Tri-Cities Today Live is ending. Tim, can you send us off with the final message from our sponsors?
Sure will. Hold on just a second.
Fantastic. Looking forward to seeing everybody next week. And please do give us your feedback.
Thank you, folks.
Thanks.
AJ Mojo is a locally owned drive-through espresso bar and cafe serving the finest hot and cold beverages to the Bristol, Tennessee community. AJ Mojo specializes in premium, freshly roasted organic and fair trade coffees, organic loose leaf teas, real fruit smoothies, milkshakes, and much more. AJ Mojo also offers a variety of freshly baked pastries, homemade soup, salad, sandwiches, and wraps. AJ Mojo is now accepting call-ins and catering orders. AJ Mojo, located at the corner of King Cottage Road and East Cedar Street, next to Enchanted Florist. Call them at 423-652-0130. Dwight Mumpower HVAC Service is a full-service HVAC contractor servicing Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. Dwight Mumpower HVAC Service is NATE Quality Circle certified, who is a licensed and insured servicer of all makes and models of HVAC equipment. Whether it's inspection, maintenance, repair service, or sales of heating, ventilation, and air conditioning equipment, Dwight Mumpower HVAC Service covers it all. They offer 24-hour service with no overtime charges. Dwight Mumpower HVAC Service, doing whatever it takes to make you comfortable. Call them at 423-398-3580. That's 423-398-3580. Or visit them on the web at dmumpower.com.